wache papa. Dr. Mustafa Hamid. Mus mache.
Pacho mejo so.
Yehu wache papa kwaba.
Me wo ho nyame adom.
Okode.
Nyame adom.
Great. Nana Ofori Osu aye national chairman PPP. Nana machoten.
Yenyo grandpapa.
Boko.
Yeah, boko.
Oh, boko.
My grandpapa I me release a 1,000 text messages. Never share how many I mean.
Bye. I see. Anyway, most NPP manifesto launch. I was saying, how did it go?
Well, idea na what TV so any online podcast media.
Yeah.
Obia any tia say ekoye ne ye pese ye DC ani so say ye pese ye koye no inshallah yetimi ye ye message nso a ye pese ye de eto Ghana fo anim na ye kyerɛkyerɛ sɛ tumi a ye de share yensa efie miensa ene ne aka ekono ye gidi sɛ yahye ebona ye share Ghana for 2016 no ye di so nti na ekunfiman for weekend yi omusi President Nana Addo Hene efre no oyade no kwafo the first nti no bibia kyerɛ sɛ aban yi eye aban bia soronko in terms of Ghana politics manifesto bia nso ni ho a obehu a aban bi ACK second term in office or why manifesto. First of all, what dedicated half of the manifesto ede kyerɛkyerɛ the previous manifesto no ba o share ye ne oye wo mu ansa na waka ne ɛtoa so opa fa other parties a omaba power omu siki second term manifesto o de fa ebia NDC omu 2008 manifesto nefa omu 2012 manifesto nefa 2016 manifesto na hwe se obehu the succeeding manifesto no se ebeka previous manifesto no ho asema na unhu sa but esan se yen ye confidence ewra rehemu se nioma ye di si ye boss ye be ye no ya ye ninti no ya dedicate more than half of the new manifesto no to showing previous manifesto no nioma ye share boss ye be ye ena ne ye timi aye ena nioma akese nso a ye san ka se ye de si enu so se ye be ye no ye kire eno nso e wo Cape Coast ho na ne ametete wo fam no se obia se aye bi da ene ye friend aye boafo nti since ya ye bi ama Ghana fo hu se ampa ya ye bi no mirare shemu se emra December 7 2020 no omo besan ede oman yi ahye President Nana Addo nsa ema watua ne nyuma pa oye no so ama Ghana etumpon akonanim kwame.
Well, interestingly, there are various aspects of it that people may want to discuss. But some of the headlines are Efri Aho Abba, MPP to do more, says President, launch of 2020 manifesto. John Mahama, the main contender, our opponent, say, I am not surprised Akufo-Addo was quiet on corruption at manifesto launch. Baumia touts MPP's achievement. Mahama's credibility over free SHS zero. Akufo-Addo fires. No Awaha. Chronicles say Akufo-Addo hits back. Mahama doesn't know a good economy. Tertiary students to be granted entry loans. And in more manifesto. Must be the leadership of service. So there are quite a lot of things in there. The Hina Bepesa Obebo Naposu my need me atiasie manifesto.
First of all, me press answer na meka nioma wo manifesto no mu a ye hwa ebeboa oman Ghana nkoso no. First of all, me answer to near allegation awo ye say former President Mahama NDC for candidate say manifesto no was silent on corruption. And e bia na wa anhwe program no ana say wa ntie na wada sorry ya and obu atan afa program no so okaya president vice president Mahmoud Baumia oye ne presentation no o kire pefe say in terms of state anti-corruption agencies or my constitution AEC ho say omonhwe emmo Ghana sika ho ban te say shraj no mo ne nkeka ho no yen ya ban yi ya provide more budgetary support and allocation to sa institution ne de be ya ebesi omadwuma no so PSA neta achen aban bia in this fourth republic. That is a major boost to the fight against corruption. Yasan ka ya shebo 2016 manifesto no say ya ba ebe set up the office of the special prosecutor na wetimi aye na adwuma afa corruption ho and also yaye inti se President Mahama it was specifics omra na ombeka specifics no nja said the manifesto never said anything about corruption. We said that and we hyped the fact say in terms of support to anti-corruption agencies ya mom support a chain or aban bia in this fourth republic. Inti me answer no to candidate Mahama emra nyoma ye dia to kwan mu say ya ba ya be ye no. First of all unim say from the 2016 manifesto no normally your biggest promise education send your beya or mine Ghana no you be do baby in the next 20-25 years no now at least every Ghanaian BI or at least a senior high school certificate. We want an educated population a bit me a develop Ghana a proper human resource and also on that point no you the relief ebeba in 2021 in terms of student loans student for ko university akosua de NBA for no omotimi ekoji loan edikosua de no kwame in other nations no especially for example in America ansa na obewie university no na odeka almost 150,000 United States dollars for the average American student. Yen loans yi ukoji a jese oye den o de guarantor eko guarantors no so omo social security ena eye sa guarantee no edema such that when to your loan na agene social security no be our bobra eye na djuma afibor afi o retirement aye say we guarantee student loan nti ontimi enya ne nti most of the students no omo nya guarantors nti yes say guarantor system no ye betwem so that obi biara from SHS already a free na uko university so a bottlenecks and kebem etimi ama unya sika into our university education so no uyi guarantor system nifu it will be easier for everybody to access student loan.
I know for example ebisa say moyanesa how then do you track the repayment? Say guarantee be anywhere nipa no etu kwa free Ghana ha and say when tua how then do you track?
Well, Kwame, say once you have a proper identity system, with identity system no obia nim or address or location ne obi bia uwie school no so a ya track obia e was say oye national service e wo memu ha ansana wetimi enya ne baby ko nti once there's a proper identity system no baby biara ubefa bia no ye betimi attrack you na under even the guarantee system no Nupa bebre wo a omu wie university na omu tu kwan kwa abrochire anyway so whether guarantee or no guarantee omo mbetimi tu kwan akwa abrochire omo betu kwan but emom ne obeye biara no se proper tracking system ne proper identity system wo omemu ha oba anytime bia no ye betimi attrack wo age osika. Secondly, statistics no show say ye wie school a won a omu tu kwan ekwa abrochire omo ja oman kwa normally omu do 1% of the total population of graduates. Inti eno ensheda enye problem as such. Na uwie so a because of the national rental assistance scheme so ayede ato akwan mu no nto no obi entimi ma excuse say oh owie school no esan say was your high dan no pay 2 years rent advance no dey say inti no ontimi ntua ne student loan no eno so aban say okay ye beba mu abeboa o ama wetua o startup rent as a young graduate na odi ahye ejuma se so that nyoma mu beye mreama so that in the end no aban ebetimi deduct sa student loan scheme no every hu ohwa normally your policies no Kwame a all round integrated policy yenye one single policy in isolation of the other inti ohwe student guarantor scheme na ye kana, it has a direct link with the national rental assistance scheme nearby all through the life cycle no nyoma mu betimi ayemre ama young graduate no and na free ho so a ebe den when ye dwuma ne aka say okay ye betimi e deduct school no guarantee loan no e free o salary mu eno ni other programs a ya hyehyɛ 1D 1F programs, planting for food and jobs program. The betimi aya ye be industrializing the railway redevelopment programs are ekoso. Ni nyina no is meant to expand the economy in such a way say uwie school a ejumanya enye din. And the special schemes are ye there to akwan mu in terms of NAPCO nom ne ade a ni nyina ye be hye mu kena ne improve no. Ne be ya young students or young graduates would not complain 5 years 6 years after school say still omunya ejumampo ena omabetua omo rent. Now directly linked to that so Kwame local low income housing estates program no. Kwame uko BRRI Building Road and Research Institute from Soa Kumasia. There is abundant researcher stress how we can use local materials. Esi adanya ebeye cheaper and more cost effective. Actually, the normal brick and tile no. Usha in this particular first term of our government, pass National Research Fund Bill. National Research Fund Bill no is supposed to make money available to researcher bia or believe say why groundbreaking research bia a bit to me abua how to use local materials to be able to do not just our housing, our roads, all aspects of our national life. The housing also truly becomes affordable. I mean, I'm sure say by now you know say most of what we really call affordable housing no, it's not really affordable. So the low income housing estate scheme is also meant to help young upgrowing youth here almost no ebetimi enya baby adana omoabo omobra nia me de beto so even at the university stage the free Wi-Fi for all senior high schools and all secondary schools. Kwame me mean too kwan da but mate say omo too kwan akọ Rwanda na abeka say uko Kigali, the capital of Rwanda. I don't know how true that is. That Wi-Fi is virtually accessible in almost every corner of Kigali.
That's what I hear too.
Exactly. Now say it means say wo businessman or Ghana no say only businessman in Kigali, Rwanda compete over a business dealer. He's more likely to clinch the deal earlier than you, because sometimes you spend one whole day trying to load the documents. Now they are sending a baby. By the time I realize your counterpart in Kigali no or Konenim, even research in universities near day without proper accessible Wi-Fi, lecturers, students facilitate you on research, because they say in the modern times no be research be dependent on internet open book where they say books in online libraries and you pull books at the kind there. So all these are ways osha ya dream on mind Ghana bia from say ya be no ato on say Dr. Baumia also can say no ya wo to hwa na obenya o national identity number even at birth and no na wo de be kwa through akonyi on na de be ko JHS akwa secondary school near. So it's an all round development for every Ghanaian from birth. Ekosi se otumfo nyankopon ebe frewo efi sa ewiase mu ha. The other matter I want to talk about no this no import duty on sanitary pads to allow low income communities now there's young girls ain't need access to basic sanitary pads and also be to me aye easy ama womo and special needs education and so it will take care of one or more special needs in our society. Until we share manifesto now, you do two akwemu ewo Cape Coast now. Kwame, what I will call an all-round manifesto. every loophole, every sector of our economy, you're bringing in now together in a very beautiful whole, spinning in a very coherent and consistent manner. Beboa Ghana Nibia. Inti Mira Shemu said, manifesto ni de se Ghana Nibia enya abotreno or kaimwa obehu se ampara nana adodanko Akufo-Addo oyobia na this year mo kan say say word no woni say mentimi moda
ni suade
eni suade hunu na eni suade hunu no owo no esombo ma oman Ghana na won yedi Ghana yi ahye wo monsemu da omobo Ghana mind from no obia ehu the difference between yen and sa and Crawford.
My very final question to you, Mus, and some of the adults will be brave, more promises, never Musimo Bay, and in Swadi Hununi, Yakika Hunano. A bit patches, a bit vain promises, and yadia, which me more Kebiajuin, building castles in the air. One of the biggest ones are about here, the airport at Cape Coast, for example. How do you respond to silent microphone or more skeptical? And I say, or more munyi say, and some of the atujano, idea beat me and Wedgman.
Kwame, a bena mi boo first, no messa busa benibio. Nama kase, yes, see, aye bida, or no any friend, no aye boaf. Na Oshe boy share 2016. Ye ka free SHS. Oti minua no mo a omo NDC still fifi kwete ense mo kan wo setting the record straight. It rings in my ear. You hear NDC MPP going around say free SHS. That is what we call all lie be lie unquote.
Just a sign of kind of
that's all lie be lie unquote. Now omoka say yentimi nye 1D 1F yentimi nye amanfo na at that time omotena wo program yi so criticize 1D 1F say enye good policy no minua panyi Alote Jacobs enura ote ne ewo Casa de Ropa 1D 1F factory opening ewo Cape Coast oka say ampa nkane no omo ye say ba MPP for ehye no eye tu obroni beka gargantuan nti yentimi nye ba se wo hu say ampara Akufo-Addo eye nipa o sheba odiso. So that will be my answer to skeptics omo ka say yentimi eni e bo no so because omo nim say ya ye bida na ye ka say ye be ye bioma ye betimi aye ni o ma kese aye ka say ye be ye ni nyina yatimi aye na Kwame meba airport no so na ma be conclude asem no na oman Ghana no Kwame baby a ye du no e na baby a ye fi a ya be du ha no 63 years and counting no se enye vision akese na say all the time ye de sopi vision ena ebebu oman Ghana menyi ni say ye beko baby a where we are no ni baby a ewiase nyina ekono ye hia big push ye hia leader ono no ne daye so no eye kese esombo eno no ye somu a ebeboa oman Ghana na this airport matter na nkofo eyi eno pe from the manifesto ekase eno enye well it depends on some are saying say enye wise. Okay, they are not necessarily saying say it cannot be done. They are saying say enye wise because if you are cry Cape Coast and what 2 hours if you fix the traffic on the Kasua route you will be able to reach Cape Coast. What? But Kwame, they be no obi bisa me say ufri here. Na say me catch and say me fi Widana in the Upper East region. No bisa me say Widana near here. I'm say that's the last town before you enter Togo. Now I can say hey. Your hometown is far, Papa. Ukromu, Papa. Me say, na my business say it is far from where? It is far from where? Say usu Ukromu akra ewa. Say me so me Ukromu we na usu Ukromu no ewa. Inti say ye ka say ye see airport ewo Cape Coast. Don't think about the airport of Cape Coast only in terms of Greater Accra. Enya Accra pe ena nipa efi ediko Cape Coast. Amanfoɔ etu kwan efi Tamale eko Cape Coast, ebi fi Kumasi ko Cape Coast, ebi fi Sunyani eko Cape Coast. And he said if there's an airport in Cape Coast, all these people who are traveling to Cape Coast are a major center of attraction, not only in terms of tourism but even education. The ancient nature of Cape Coast near Dinty, you find children, secondary school students in 2 buses coming from Tamale, all driving through the hazard. Say Omoba Cape Coast, Abeshe Castle, Abeshe Kakum National Park near there. So the point that we are talking, that's why Dr. Baumiaka said a better triangle, Cape Coast, Kumasi, and then Accra, Cape Coast, Kumasi, a triangle. So it's not just a straight line between Accra and Cape Coast. And secondly, one who say Habona Ebesi no so Cape Coast no would also be a major economic opening for the people of Cape Coast. And so when you open economic opportunities now, if there's an airport in Cape Coast that small carrier planes ebetimi the cargo near the aqua for shipping and other things now Cape Coast. So it's not something that in my view unwise. It's a very wise decision, and I think that a bit open central region. Only okay say central region is the 4th poorest region in Ghana apart from the
then 3 northern regions.
Then 3 northern regions, now 4. Now we have to get the new statistics since the northern regions have become 5. But as one of the poorest regions of Ghana, there is no doubt in my mind they say a port and an airport will open up the economic potential of South region near to me, especially now that we have all these 1D, 1F factories that are exporting products they are going to be exporting products from the region. In fact, they are already exporting. But if they have a port in that region with all these factories coming up, maybe GD say a big potential of that region, reduce poverty was our region.
That's cinema Koran, but Justice Abeku Newton of Faith said, Minkancho said, I've actually been to Kigali and Wi-Fi is actually free, even in public transport and bus terminals. As for environmental cleanliness, the place is like Geneva. Well, interesting. So for Rwanda,
okay, so that's confirmed. Okay.
Yeah, Rwanda for my idea. Professor Osafo Ewaha, or head of psychology department, University of Ghana, Legon. Prof Mathieu. And then the one man them.
And I'm a or managing your top.
Musubam, no. Yeah, that's it. None of us who inti will a political party person. We are national chairman of the PPP. So me back Professor Patrick question we two am why. Manifesto cry who here, especially our politics, and who really reads manifestos. Anyway, none of it. So MPP I launch your manifesto. Most of the MPP DNA saying any comments.
Answer
Abekono, the NPP is not promising heaven, but as a developing economy, the National Rental Assistance Scheme, abolition of student guarantors will help the young people of this country to have a decent life. At least it's better than the policy of graduates riding Okada for a living. For us in Sekondi Takrade, we are hopeful for a new regional hospital and other major infrastructural projects. Regards to Dr. Mustafa Hamid. For more to do more. Jade, 9 Akoto Road in Takrade. Okay, moving on to you, Nana.
Grandpapa, I'm there. Minuano MPP for what program ya a magnificent showing of power. And it was a parking lot also a grandpapa. It shared the assortment of 4x4 vehicles or park or there. This was affluent, very affluent program, Grandpapa. Now
you could smell power, eh?
Grandpapa, yes, small. Now the baby now me say launching of manifesto and other launching of deputy ministers.
Mentor.
Because Grandpapa and Kofu be kasa ya obakasa wie krapo do baby now you're confused as to program no. How it was going. 10 or 15 speakers been Obia Bana operator and there say oka fanto so oka igbe so oka deo grandpapa o do baby na nipa you confused na attention when they say elko manifesto launcher oye document and sama obi beyi ato ho there oye ne guide o concentration level no o do baby grandpapa na abre because it's na kasa nko for kasa nya ni nyina oye prelude to a case and there by the 10 speakers. Now obi kasa na you it will be na I am confused. Papa, the new aspects what there ya kan ho asemi. Papa answer na be fi that down na kofufro no dey wie that down no. Dey ya cut that down no na ya hwe there that down no. Ya exhausted that down na there be dangle be fufro. Wo menyim come pa dangling of new things wo enyim no odenya abete come pa last week or last 2 weeks a member of this party kade the record of this MPP or a better than Kufuor's MPP the analysis now kodama now where your internal analysis around themselves.
Maybe someone was say what kind of no government's first term in the Fourth Republic equals that of a Kufuor.
Yes.
First term, that's what they said.
Yes, okay. Now, as I put them there, the free SHS policy on your oil proceeds, na ye supporter. Now oil proceeds one of the way. One oil discover a major oil. Which means proceeds we use.
But that was 2007. What's the first term?
That is exactly what I'm saying. That BBI or your continuation of BBI Obiaye. Nesenka you need this oil reserves, yeah, grandpapa. SHS are in there me a powerful proponent of this free basic school from KG to SHS. But would it have been possible without the work of other governments that has come? Grandpa, sometimes they isolated this thing. They make obey preposterous arguments. Because as a nation, we should be talking about every project to be aware by this nation or you mean our way yesika. Grandpapa. A 2-hour journey and what the major continuity there you have triado past programs na grandpapa I think there or your policy as our enshrined in our constitution or there yeshe na ye na time bia na yeko adefofrodo na azeda down yenwie grandpapa MPP say one way a private sector led political party private sector led. Grandpapa, a Juma will create in this their first term, or a private sector Juma, another public service Juma. We keep bloating the government purse. Keep bloating the government purse. Private sector initiatives out there you support. Now you make sure there honor and obey the engine of growth. You know there. People say private sector is the engine of growth. But say MPP say be a waje enkumana ideas now to move that the public sector is not the engine of growth because be a public sector. Na ye farmer day. Day. Grandpapa, I mean to me all those things, I think I create the right synergies. Obe allow there private sector and public sector partnership. In this 4 years, what is the jobs that have been created by the public sector? What are the jobs created by the public sector? Yanka public sector, your grandpapa. Say the new registration, the ages of 18 to 22. A combined 18, a combined 19, then 20. Na 21, na 22 fee. This bulk grandpapa, we are looking about 20% or more of new voters And he said, "What Kanyama directed to these new voters?" I Grandpapa, I'm not surprised. Because Grandpapa, I as a papa, name him there. I as a papa, or Casamano. As a papa Casamano, on here dress rehearsal, on here there, ever born a punch, ever send a week. Grandpapa, as a papa no, or to me, and it speaks for itself. It seems to me that the target for the youth what constitute about 20-25% of first-time voters here Obabadi. Until you all of these promises. Grandpapa, you work Ghana Hana party be say NHIA one-time premium. One-time premium. You're sorry against it today. This thing, a calculator, it doesn't make sense. On your sustainable. Grandpapa, this no guarantor system. On your sustainable.
Unsustainable.
Because Grandpapa, you know that the guarantor system, when in Pakona, many of the people didn't want to pay. And they had to go and hold guarantors accountable. And my former will be fees. How is it that a guarantor system with no there is no guarantor signing in for the child to assess money? How long neighbor two are hold these processes together without the system? But sometimes you're there, yes, you're there, yes, circumspect, because me and Mijina or your Ghana in American once. We want Ghana to grow. Yempeda yebeka nyema yebema lip service to nyema bebrea. Grandpapa over destroy your economy. Your Gugginsberg economy, yeah, find ways and means to change it to being a savient to foreigners, to be a savient to other nations. Next time, if you keep putting the same pressure on the same consolidated fund, now you pension yes niska, you pay yes niska, but then you find isika, may they promises. Some of these promises, Grandpapa. We need to make sure that we interrogate it. Or there you really lack for Kwana, you to master Kwana one university will be access to funding. Or no or factual. But to say that Obian sign the there's no guarantor system and Grandpapa you crewman sika into contractors who have executed their job.
So what do we do?
And Grandpapa I'm making there. We need to make sure that in looking for a solution to problems na ye wono may you for other problems yen fa mbeswa men be for other problems yen fa mbeswa. Grandpapa you see that the 20-25% time be there it keep this on the radar. It is for your promises now at say why they are doing these promises. Grandpapa, it's in the airport in the Central Region. What major businesses in our Central Region? As my brother work there, we are back fourth porous.
Maybe so, baby. The airport, for example, what kind of airport are we talking about? Maybe I know for a specific purpose.
Grandpapa, Central Region for maybe for Central Region. You have bread and promises. Grandpapa, Grandpapa, from 1992 to date, are you aware that what's the simple Benya Harbor? What's the Benya Landing Bay? What's the Benya? Every single government has promised this, Grandpapa. And the promises always tend to be up close to election. Mentality there, why we begin to evidence of some of these things. When every time they are promises and you are promising more, my own promises, you touch it. The lives of the people there, Grandpapa, echo ground, that's what the mighty are. Was through. Your baby was in power. The all the successive governments will be see billboard, will show beautiful picture of the landing bay. The Irbo, Orbo, na advert and the Sikano way, na port no way, na landing bay no way. Grandpapa, Fifi man to they obianim there. Say Ghana mem ha Central and Western region what from the swing vote regions. So it is also not by coincidence there were my big empty promises. Big empty promises. And this is not exclusive to party A. This has been party A and B strategy in this fourth republic since 92, grandpapa. So there is nothing new. Aja working on your people for in terms of your body politics.
So what party? What's in your manifesto?
Oh, grandpapa, you better launch your manifesto.
Damin.
The second weekend of September.
Okay.
Yeah, you be your presidential process, the end of this month.
Mm-hmm.
After that, the second week we are going to launch our manifesto.
Mm-hmm.
But your manifesto, no, your book, kakao. They be a Progressive People's Party. Yes, a 10-point agenda. Yeah, when your man or your fundamental there, the meaning may say yeah, or no about mine a tumpon akwenye. Grandpapa, and yeah, projects and activities. So because projects and activities, why exist since 1957 till now? So it's not about projects and activities.
So what is it about?
Grandpapa, yeah, your roads. Yeah, your school. Every government can boast of roads, can boast of school, or actual electricity, though. Why you did? Basic things that we do as a people. But aja or your fundamental there, I did say yeah, or change the aspirations and the hopes of the next generation. The next generation, grandpapa, and that the way I yet dream fire man to be able to be proud to imbibe your culture, your ways, we as a people, for us to be able to say that we can do for self, we can be able to transform ourselves. That every child going to school has a certain mentality there. Miracle there, I am going to contribute something meaningful to my nation. Grandpa, even your friend, groundbreaking, shattering, fundamental proposals. Not there, yeah, Baba Kade, I see hospital 2, maybe Messi 5. On your fundamental. And you don't need leadership to improve the number of hospitals or the number of roads. Any technocrat in the ministry, departments, and agencies, that is why I work with school, they can do it, giving the money and the funding. But Biakade, a nation that am I my brother's keeper? A nation that tells us that are you your brother's keeper? That watu. This is what we want. And so that leadership, that policy that says that, look, value for money, the corruption mantra, all of a sudden, corruption matters. Some of the 2016 campaign was on jobs and corruption. It was on jobs and corruption. These were fundamental. These were things that Obia will hope there.
And building an airport doesn't bring jobs?
Remember, Ekosi Airport, all of a sudden, election year, 15 months tomfo, or the landing bay, or the harbor seba, abo moto zukrapon kofo brown, and all of these things, fundamental things, and all of a sudden, airport must support an industry. Grandpapa, where is the industry? Where is the work that supports it?
Okay.
Where is the critical mass? Grandpapa, those times and then for your railways na what they call for Takra, they call for Boise, Kukumasi na Grandpapa, that was an exploitative economy, because now watching your raw materials. Now I export to your raw materials to what various countries. And in that, so development in terms of the railway system. And we are not thinking about the people at the heart. There, people know they'll be able to try to commence among themselves. And we are still thinking about raw material based infrastructure. Grandpapa, or your baby are taking us back another 100 years.
I'll come back to
because the Ghanaian, Grandpapa, you see, when you put a paper together, at the end of the day, that paper must jump out to the people, and the people must hold the paper there. Yes, this is my paper, this is me, this is my Magna Carta, this is my destiny. Grandpapa, see, you need that type of essence when we read all these documents now. Then you ask yourself that we are still back into the same old politicking. Na ya kansama or ye de ma unkofo ete. But we must complete what was yesterday before we are able to come and add on and pile up for tomorrow.
Martin, I'll come back to you, Nana, for you. So now, alternative views here. Forgive me. Phillips in Takoradi. He says, as for an airport in Ogwa, let's consider a dual carriageway from Accra through to Takoradi. Then, as part of the $21.6 billion railway dollar development, let's speed up Accra to Takoradi. Okay, that is Phillips and na Drinche in Komoihu. And then the brilliant young man in your studio, Dr. Mustafa Hamid, should keep up the good work. He has been my childhood friend and schoolmate since 1982, and I'm proud of him. This is from Bawa Ustaz Abuchi,
Good man.
Tema side 12. Okay,
Yeah, papa.
Inti also Odin Kremau from 1982 till now, still going strong.
Yeah.
Ghanaians should be aware of the deceitful and propagandist tools the NDC is using. They go all out and lie to us that all initiatives of the MPP belongs to them. This is from Nana Kwame Mensah Bonsu Sheikh and Totroso. Some of us who are living testimony as to how we suffered on campus before getting a guarantor indeed welcomed His Excellency on such news. KSK, I went to Takwa to plead for a friend for some days before he guaranteed for me. Sadly, some of my friends gave up because of inability to get a guarantor. Kwejo Edu Pako Achim Esium. The student loan proposal is the easiest and most feasible proposition in the 2020 manifesto. Imagine X gets a national ID, age 16, enters the university and uses it to secure a loan. Uses the same ID to acquire a valid passport. How can he run away? I love the vision. Education is key. Albert Esman in Awoshi. The promises that have been captured in the manifesto are doable. The naysayers will be left with no option but to appreciate the good works of this government. Isaac Ansa Esikado Ketan constituency. And then, if the MPP were able to implement free SHS, which was promised during their current manifesto, if the MPP were able to implement free SHS, what was promised during their current manifesto is just like cracking nuts. They would deliver with ease. Nicholas Kwashiman. Okay, this one we'll leave out. Okay. Then Aipe in Asisrewa says, in my candid opinion, the manifesto read by Dr. Baumia is simple. It's just a summary of blatant untruth, painstakingly drafted and strategically spearheaded. Okay, Ape, take the insults out, okay? And then I'll be able to read your message. Don't stop the name calling, Pacho. Why? Make your point, Pepe. Kwame, keep the PPP man's contribution against the airport in my hometown. Let's see. Alfie, okay. He says your grandson, the PPP guy, is dazed by the awesome manifesto launch and try hard to find fault. We'll wait for his party's manifesto. Alfie says that one. 3 minutes past 10, Peace 104.3. Yanko Professor Safo. Prof, midi can be sa obako. Mienu. Efe yenshe no nefe yenfa twa yenkomodi so.
Yo, Kwame da se mi che tie fu so.
Ye jo so.
Se o nyame adepache na obia ehoye. Kwame yedi kan no oman chechire se ye chechire oman.
Yeah.
Ko enim se omanfo no eme se minia ekan is a continuous thing. Ye free back ne akomi inu ne akomi ensa ne akwanan eno ntino eya na me mpese ye discuss things like this most of the time no ebeba be comparisons. I will expect about be ebeba after MPP to do more than MPP because I progress and ye ufri baby na wako baby eru baby nso a na utwa wani ede obu komposho echi baby a ofi ba nso a ya na ahye wonkuran say me say me kuran so ma ba me homoden enti no metumi aye more te ya na me pese ye nuano mo ewo political parties nyina ye mfa no focus say oba ye hese obeye more no just say e de chechero say ye more esen de oda we nim no Now in that regard, no nema media ya me hu say ya na say can say sa policies ne manifesto see amadi be ya na esi ye media ya na me say yeah. The entire me say na me say ne say ma be me ansa kwa me didi kan say boa ma wo interrogate government assertions.
Yeah.
What make of fade no na wa hwe say aban yi be yo kan say obey akodu he. Me say most political parties be fa na obi a kire de o kan ye na de o ye na wo hwe the current manifesto mo launch here abon say aban no kire what they said and what they have been able to achieve. And nyina na monya 100% achievement. But emma what me who say obese o kire o se me bai we na me kan we ni menya. The tell be ni say afen so ema ye hu aban no ani so ade hu. Say government be ba oni na ani so ade hu pa sa de ka me be dangerous. O se hu ani so ade hu bi a da aban na nima esa otwa within the larger vision of national development discourse. Say han ye ko na make us some time ago ni ka say nza say obi aba o ye manifesto bi a way out of your national vision. Anti and also ebo ho dey tell me and say it invites the citizenry to participate in governance. So I mean idea ebe obi to me frɛ obi a chena dwene. In fact I don't believe say enema baby no is cast in stone. Say mean tell you be eka. I mean I'm sure say honorable hey nkofo ekasa na ebanyana they are taking ideas, reflections. You go vision cry, you go back and revise. Not just we be can we be a film. The manifesto no be dynamic, not static. Ama etumi aden die ekwanya opese ofasona obo achechiri oman no. Now having said that, my reading several manifestos in my later lifetime. Ebiba esi ebe we me who so be to me achieve 100% we say
it's not possible, right?
Oh, and possible.
Okay.
No there me madwene mo there me who be na I don't think say be possible because governance more of it's dynamic. I mean nima be to me as a sapra kope. Now you have to go back and readjust and adjust and all of those. And 100% the party ebe na momuno ya na epesi ehunu say aban no abono homoden say appreciably no the okan no oye na ontumi ye wi kura ye warehim say obetumi di yakodu baby in that light no ya na mempese bekas obi bekatena abetena studio aka say aban bia anyehwe enye no so nye no kore aban bia ibribi NDC twem no on ye ibribi MPP nso ewie mo 4 years almost my ibribi na ye fairness in that angle e na eboa me yetumi ehwe loopholes na angles bia e bia aban no betumi apeke na ya hese ye chechiri o mai na chese ye chi ni yi pa na come in that light no na me pese me hwe a few points be ewo manifesto here a launch Saturday mu. So I share the spirit of the manifesto no said the most manifesto say actually no the one I articulate no actually say ye ha na mama me mandate me dem beko ha. Every manifesto is in pursuit of a certain progress. Say ha na ejina me twa fo nyina kire wo mama mandate na emfe anan ada anim no memfa nkodu ha he may not be able to get you there but e bia now a pion kakra akwa ebetumi aboa from
there's always a destination ahead always. But as to whether you will get there or not is another matter.
It's another thing. There's a point, an end point be a baby a say or the ebedu. But that end point may not be possible within a particular frame of time.
Because manifesto don't mean achieving 100%.
At all.
Inti say me 100%. Why do we bother then?
No, come in. Medical can say manifestos provide a vision A vision will provide you a path.
Akwantre.
And I will say in Nanya Santias, and on chess say, Nipane Ba, obey to me a year pepe. No more. We cannot also hand over nation building to Sabi. Wanga obi a onim the person way. Na yes you well also bet me baby yes and the person must articulate a vision.
Okay.
Vision no and on chese say obet me 100% but o twamfo nya chire say e ha na yewo say mandate na ebia me manage resources well e bet me adu vision no and now we can go appreciably and that's the point e an person take it we no na ya boa aban na wo so no. Na loose ends be or honor my also title na a boy me nyina yakọ hono a boy em afi so no kwame so what your man na was your man nko so a say boy
timbi
can be and I was say nyina hu say once there is a government we are obliged to support it to let it work oriane dia foforo so besa ba na nyina we are heading towards and na o share most countries are here. They articulated a vision beyond political parties.
Yeah, no.
A man of someone would much children not too much. See, oh, can't cry. I had a yakra be saying, yeah. Oh, I'm why I don't say at the air, and it's often for political and electoral opportunities. Yeah, and no, and why and you share. Manifesto imua then you mu abana di ka kire ni mebebre o promise ye ne de waye me podi na me ka say to be honest sometimes if you want to me you can live it say we mean to me achieve but if you want man na ya na e pese e chese o ma ye bibia ma ye we but it's fine you be as free e bi baby ni e hade I say one of the high flying policies of MPP no the free SHS. Now, what share the spirit of sir free SHS? Now, I'm talking about the spirit of it. Say over the period, most governments, including the MPP, who say several factors impede Mofra from having access to education. Or maybe answer. Man, no citizens, any education, no, your development is a mirage. Udiatro. And you know, Abano F said there's a challenge, but I'll face it. And say there were criticisms. No, I'm sure say a binumu F bibi kakra ebika bika kra hona ebinu so Abano so far emu nimdie ni nyansa wu no ema nkakra ye de ndana de no enye perfect but the tramfo ni bi a kire say something good can come out of it. Osha sa spirit of free SHS na enum na ho in the present manifesto no abana etwimu kakra e de akọ a certain level are all they can say afedie when you SHS no yem pese bribia besan esi ukwan bio no man ka say me wie no menya access to the university because menya obi na guarantee loan and money. And menko abane say okay. Say no ye guaranteship na free ho. Ye be ma opportunity say why ye digitize kono. Ye wo ID so we can track you. Na ya boa no we school. Oh, I'm still focusing on the spirit of it. Of course, there will be structural challenges and issues. I'm sure, say, what are these structural challenges? But the spirit of it is that, Kwame,
yes, sir,
which I believe every government should focus on is that we must continue to remove the structural difficulties. Emma obin to me school no, and in that regard, no, sir, policy and this involves some beautiful ideas about it. Also, what about you? And you know, in that regard, no, sir, when the manage hopa, egalitarian cultures are coming. Ubangu say, a buying ankasani or mine ankasan shebia. Answer say individual problems. A prevent to say mean to be school. And you know, say yet to me she share in school some such that the nation as a body bet me I can say yeah man the NC obi kwan that inclusion and expansion no Emma obi enya kwan say obeko school. I think this is a policy whether we are in MPP or NDC or PPP we should support that we will not allow henceforth say obi bribintino personal challenges abject poverty na ni mabinti ono nya kwan enko school. You can't build a nation like that. It's a mirage say obi enko school na so build it enko so enti I don't know manage home meaning say there will be other fine detailing structural challenges that will have to work out. So we Rwanda story there maybe one time about can answer, but that particular nation is telling us that certain things are doable. And if you are saying challenge you say you bet me aye na into number kwame we sa expansion of opportunities to schools now part be o e na person draw about attention to it. One of the major implications of that no who should teach them. Say and access say you know I'm sure there will be about 5% or some percentage of access students entry to the tertiary. What that means is that we are going to have high numbers of students in the tertiary, and the implication is that when a bachelor no serious say you want a ban on public sector hire, especially in the universities for example no shouldn't be come my department. One of the largest departments in the University of Ghana. Psychology. Yes. Distance education, business school, medical school, basic and applied science. We are everywhere. And yet we have about 20 lecturers. Wow. Yes. And you know, so let's assume that we get about 1,000 or 2,000 students. Or 3,000 students. Now, I'm about psychology. Just imagine the impact of stress from teaching, examining their exams, now and research come on the lecturers. And in a hono, let us expand access to this tertiary institution, but let us also look at the rippling effect, the cascading effect. Say, you call universities now, and the implications they were on quality of teaching, supervision, research. One lecturer or and 1,000, I didn't know examine or more. Implication, no, and no, it means adding. Yeah, my name so alcohol. Coming the digitization. I am very, very happy. So, to be honest with you, sometimes I go now you get even frustrated. Maybe someone who say, do you have to go everywhere and write things and take heart? And to be honest, digitization may a biased or say I like it so much. To be honest with you, yeah. Me papa. And the vice president. I say, do you know you can even renew your NHIS by just texting some code and me I know them. Oh, F. Now, and also it comes with some implications coming. So I will expand the digital services. Now free Wi-Fi every year. And then so that should not be lost on us, no. I have the potential for cyberbullying, and especially when we are giving access to young people. I was here which is that my head the policy on planting for food and jobs. Wonderful. And Kwame, in fact, to be honest with you, under COVID, when we say you ensure that any problem with food security, yeah, and I think it's a very good thing. It means that sir, Adrena Abandi Bane is working. These are the things I have in Bessenica. It's working. And boy, now mono party be kanwa. And no, you may need cosway. Now say yeah, students. If you have some traumatism, sir, you take certain untoward behaviors. Ne, atem di die ne wanga e prepare hono. Infonia ne chache ne. It is not enough to give jobs to young people. We should also look at the possibility of helping build their mental health. On that journey, on a thinker, in fact, for you church, there's a generation of young people like Eba will be here some psychological services. And the mental health for children and young people in Africa, as you most of the time, you can know, a yellow power. Now, it's because most government in Africa, research actually said, most of the time now, our budget for mental health just sometimes in less than 1%. 9% me who are buying and for you know all tracking about mental health. Ghana, your mental health bill implementation no still we are struggling. Your various hospitals near there. I mean, we keep on training psychologists, even hiring them. I be a problem. Me a big example. Ghana so be attempted suicide near Sonny Mua.
Abeko prison.
I didn't also go prison. And was said you to me articulate a very fine policy on this. Not by a to an number say. Medicica say we may expand such services. In fact, and also here to plenty for food and jobs. No, near say, look, Obi can send or say, if you build a psychologically healthy population, you have a good human resource to build a nation. Because say unya ejuma odi ejuma gu ho access to education na group mo fra na eba no egusu mfa se bi omugusu anom tramol omugusu anom wi eba for madwini mu they are reckless, there is violence. Ejuma na we ni is an exercise in futility. And you know you say you better let us still prioritize mental health in this nation. And I think sir it's about time. I'm challenging MPP Abai. Say almost say Ghana for 4 years. Yes, Romo. This is a very important issue. We should take it. We should take up. Now, if you say you share mental health wasam. Ya ka. And Tiana, and the baby no can say manifesto no kwa yabre. Yabre. Ya Emma. Tiasremo mama eno emeye a major aspect of my policy eboa kama digitizing na yehunu say mental health also bem na obi okura betumi access psychological services just click we ya neda ho na come what dey no cry attach. Look at the need for mental health services currently under COVID. Look at the extent to which one are working as mental health expert and working together with medical doctors under COVID. Look at the lot of the education we keep offering under COVID. The scare of COVID and its disruptions are still not over. It is still psychologists are needed, mental health workers are needed, counselors are needed, psychiatrists are needed. When you know, we need to build our health sector holistically. Now, only one, the only biomedical dimension, penny. I will say a building holistically. And you know, and no so here pass Ebema Yeni Abba what we can do. Because we could even look at the possibility of developing a psychological aid, like a legal aid. Obia on to mean your such service. Now, I don't say psychological services are expensive. You know, correct. Maybe we can even have a psychological aid like legal aid. Now, a free access, and these are serious issues in other serious nations. Will pick it the human mental health issues serious. Come in for to be encountered. Mama, may share the issue of hiring. A friend say rent for example. Come Saturday.
Because Vice President Current one.
It is very interesting in this nation. And Nema Obeka say look, the ordinary person me shawana me tina mete say Vice President Abaswa Obeka. Now Oba Kundi say, hey, where do you say everywhere your power? Because me can na me dia current die. Me ni baby a me da kora. Me dia rent down me tua heavy. Me ni mpa. And so ja say am room. Ma ko say landlord for any bad being. What to be worried? As is carrying no, the point I'm making is this. Certain social interventions are extremely important. Now, maybe taking a trouser. Look, the amount of money young people may need to raise bulk money. No, I swear in idea or the 6 years. No, they are come landlord. Onya di obeda so. Onya di obedi dimu. I just, and I'm saying this because Kwame, as part of my research for the past 8 years, since 2008, on mental health problems and suicidal crisis in Ghana, make us say, problems, social adversities in living, for example, rent, unemployment, are major drivers for these behaviors.
I see.
Yes, major drivers. In fact, one of the studies I hear, among 18 years to about 60 years in Accra, 500 of them, social adversities like loss of job, any a place were about 4 times likely. Say me was a problem now. Now me any problem now. I am 4 times likely to attempt suicide. Think about it.
Wow.
4 times likely. That's quite serious. We, for example, educational when I can say access all potential barriers in free home. Kwame make us say in 2 studies I know. One was about 1,900 SHS students. 20%. That is okay. Nipa 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 back home. I attempted suicide. In the recent one we did again, 25%. Okay, 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 back home. It's quite serious. And they are over to me a year free horse socially. Now, all the social interventions Emma Obi Kakrano. In our context is very important. And maybe can help you say. Unlike the West, mental illnesses quite mental health issues quite related to mental illnesses near DSABia or you're mentally ill. No, we are not seeing the same picture in Africa. In Africa, no, such issues are social adversities. Me Juma say, me landlord hamadre, me niskanko school, and the interventions that will cool them down. Ameliorate this way, not important. And in that regard, no. Finally, we say the abanye in that regard say obwa na sa interventions ya cost na abwa nkrofono. I think will be very helpful. Now, it contribute towards easing the mental health distress. Now, again, but I always find details, structural issues to take a look at. For example, the guarantor, I was saying, he say, it me attract you. I am very confident, say to me, digitize as we are going now. Near to me, expand this, even at the point of birth or a number. That to follow you through at all transactions. See, to me, digitize it to this level up. Then we are heading towards somewhere. I'm buying and widen at the Mama and only infrastructure and some of those social intervention, mental health interventions are equally important. Thank you.
Yeah, that's it. Professor Joseph Osafo, head of psychology department, University of Ghana, Legon. Kojo Safo says, Kwame, one of your texters said that Kigali is as nice as Switzerland. Please, in Ghana, we have just one man who has also shown leadership and has the nicest town or village in this country. So please, next time, tell him Kigali is as nice as Asinkushia, where your own man, Nana Pra Ajinsem, is the chief. You know, say Asinkushia has a record, Ghana is the cleanest.
So?
Wow.
Cleanest.
Wow.
Yeah. And Uremwa, I mean, I still haven't gone there yet, but Uremwa, dustbins, Bibia, or Ya Prapra, gutters be and you choked if you rubber ni from home. Now why over the years, the chief of the town, Anapra. Sorry, Anapra. Why over the years into Kromem phone.
A culture.
A culture. I owe. Ubi some say, yeah, he on piffy, and you in piffy. Yeah. Ubia wa call as in Kushabia says it. Ubia.
I see.
Say it is neat. And it's been inculcated in the people.
Leadership.
Yeah, leadership, bottom line. How can I say anything in piffy, and you in piffy? Inti say apra ne yes, I want to hot papa. Anyway, hey, it looks as if the PPP chairman is hot. This one says, "Nano for you, the PPP chairman. Do you really have the central region at heart? Tourism in central region doesn't need an airport. The airport is long overdue. Many tourists come into Ghana and they are visiting Accra to Kumasi. They would have wished to come to central region, but the travel time and means of transport is always a problem." Ken Wood in Takrade. Why is Anoforio Busu making it seem as if government hasn't done anything in the western and central region? Alaji Hamish will help him out by highlighting some of the projects completed. Simoni in Sohun. Grandpapa, you see, you are doubting Thomas. Jah bless. Entry second D. We've been made to believe that the people, chiefs, and opinion leaders are consulted before a party puts together a manifesto. I'd like to ask the MPP, did the people of Cape Coast demand an airport? For me, it is just like Mahama putting an airport in Ho, misplaced priority. Solo Afari in Awoshi. Okay. Now, this one says, can the former president explain to us why he took the country to IMF? Why nurses, teachers, and university graduates from 2014 are home without a job? Teacher Kujo sent that one in. And then talking about manifestos coming, the UK has a similar guarantor-free student loan scheme. They're able to trace students through the national insurance number. Okay. National insurance number. What the MPP is proposing will be similar with the national ID numbers, which the government intends to use as the TIN number. They should be able to trace those who take the loan. Kwejo Ahodo, interim chairman, MPP Sheffield and South Yorkshire. Kwejo said that the chairman Scabra now you're MPP chairman. The students' loan restructuring is welcome news. However, students' loans administered at central government level lends itself to corruption and abuse. In the UK in the 70s, student loans were granted by the borough, that's the equivalent of the MMDA. Applicant must be on the poll register and resident of the granting borough for a minimum of 3 years. Other checks and due diligence are conducted before granting the loan. Nana Ano Ami here, the second, Eno Ode Eno Bae. And I don't know, I'm seeing this all over the place. Did President Mara say he would? Okada Nenve?
Yeah.
You're sure? You have the voice? Mobi. And then Yabako Mustafa Amitu and Chibia na. Okay, so I was just getting confirmation about Okada because a lot of people are sending me this Okada thing here. Anyway, Moose.
Yeah.
Me about so Chibia, just give me a few minutes. My message is not dose na. He be attending the identity. We are no if you know us about the NDC appears in cognizance of their own ideology. Isn't it pathetic that a political party that prides itself with social democracy opposes social intervention issues? The NDC opposed national health insurance, parliamentary walkout, free SHS. Some said it would lead to teenage pregnancy. NAPCO, they said, was unsustainable and overambitious. 1D, 1F breeding ground for snakes. It appears the only social intervention policy they are doing is Okada riding, say Obama in Pokwase. Alfie says, Tarzan said years ago, manifestos are intentions, not promises. I believe that too. Tell your texter that Cape Coasters were all over asking for an airport, so you should try and update his info. So the people of Cape Coast actually asked for an airport, and so maybe that is what they are getting. But as I asked earlier, what kind of airport, what size of airport? Ochina Nyame Adoma. I'll play host to the Vice President of the Republic tomorrow morning. Anyway, we have about another 20 minutes and then we are done. Let me come back to you. Then I'll be to.
Yeah, Master Kwame. Near mini anoma, many or more panel ha and so a yina can say. Ama me who say, okay, ye na ye wo hwe, Gane ni biara epe or mino and koso. No doubt about it. Okay. Name well, let me say that's number one. Number two, ye nyina so yadwen entimi enko benkro. That's number two. Name number three, why and I say ye sha all the time no say oba abemu a na say oye nioma and I say ni programmer or the to akwan mu say ye to abama no na say oba abemu a obeye no why na adwen no ohwa emu city ACP esita eno no say ye diso a oman no ebekoso sesi a mene wo kese December no matter what minua PPP chairman beka onim say election no MPP NDC na say MPP NDC a esan ye Nana Adodam Kwakufuado ena candidate John Mahama Osha 2008 candidate John Mahama, then vice presidential running mate Eka Asembi, Mamin quoting the brofo quote or say, if you vote for someone because of schools, hospitals, roads and interchanges, you have a weak mind because it is government's responsibility, unquote. Or say you to Abama Obi esan say we see school and I will see activity and I will see coin and I will see interchanger sebi o na wadwen den eswa because sa nyoma yi no aban asede se e wo se oye na aban bia okay Kwame mene ne ya adwen in the sense say yes ampa say ga aban bia ba oye akwan oye activity oye interchange nti nyoma akese ben ena outside school dansi ena akwansi ni ade no ebetimi ama oman no etumpon. In other words, what he's saying is that merely doing these things no entimi emma oman no enye den enkoso enti na tembia MPP eba abemu a we go beyond building of schools and roads and hospitals and we do big things ebetimi ama oman. I'll give you examples. Enti na MPP ba abemu ye national health insurance scheme ebema affordable healthcare and accessible healthcare to every Ghanaian. It's a big thing. Number two, entina ye capitation grant. Entina ye school feeding program. Entina ye maternal healthcare. That's number one. Number two, yes, I'm ba abemuno. Entina ye 1D 1F planting for food and jobs. Entina ye free SHS. Entina ye 1D 1F because these are the big things that will transform our country. Entina bisa say BR NDC ba power no. What are the big things? Because also ye acquiring schools, ni hospitals, and fantunche. What big idea? Ena John Mahama went here or pesi ye to Abama no December 2020. Okay, say 2016. Answer na MPP beba abemuno. Na agricultural growth e Ghana ha negative. Na body 2016 ye crab body efi Cote d'Ivoire ena ya bedidi e oman ha. Now all of that has become a thing of the past. Instead say at ye Emma Refientino. Many people have already forgotten say 2016. Now ye imported body efi Cote d'Ivoire and yabe. PPP chairman say we are focusing too much on the formal sector in our bid to create employment. Mr. PPP chairman, this whole business of 1D 1F and planting for food and jobs is about the informal sector, empowering the Kasadiropa factory Yinkwa is employing 1,000 people both directly and indirectly. I'm not sure those are public sector jobs. A Kunfi fruit processing factory is also doing between 1,000 and 2,000 people. That is not all these 1D 1F factories dotted around the country. Inti yen any your program akesiye outside schools and hospitals and roads, which President Mahama says everybody does anyway. Yepe any uba all the time. No, your packaged program say your banny ye this one ɔman no ɛtibi yɛ den ɛtu mpon ɛma ɔman no hyɛ brɛ ɛyɛ den ɛsesa nti meka sɛ this time the word no menya meka sɛ President Akufo-Addo n'ani siade ho no n'ani siade ho no ɛsomboma Ghana ɛman na obisa yɛn sɛ landing beaches no maybe mano chairman sites now akwhwe landing sites are yesi across 10 communities around the coast Teshi, Axim, Disco, Elmina, Mumford, Senya Breku, Gomuafete, Mori, Keta and Jamestown. So go and see that the work is ongoing. So we are saying say adia ye see ye be ye biano say ye in terms of say ye be peja afarijuma ekujuma suku ko ngume suya say edi ejuma ni mpuntu ebeba omemu de say ye kase. In the history of the Fourth Republic, President Akufo-Addo and Aya Ade in his first term. You people try to pitch him against President Kufuor. Mr. Chairman, Oti President Kufuor Ankasa ni video or ye breye wo manifesto launch. Or say Baumia and Nanado or my wonders na mo Ghana for Muntum Aba Emma Womo. He recognizes say the vision of going beyond roads and schools na your mama kayano for big ideas. No Akufo-Addo a big ideas program no so. Inti yento abama nana adodanko Akufo-Addo. Inti I don't think that this attempt to pitch President Kufuor against President Akufo-Addo no ebeye juma. President Akufo-Addo ankasa a endorso de Nana Addo no so. Inti no mini akwame.
Yes.
I think say our marching orders are now very clear. From your manifesto launch, you know, we are now going around into the nooks and crannies. Say in semi, you be breaking it down to or say other than microphone buy ya no moka aibe dagbani this that. Chairman, now you part amawat CSA. First of all, yes, your party no a national party is a very very inclusive party. Number two, no man you know nankrofo bi o hon so omutia omo no brofo no omo nhye dante papa. Ti u can now summarize no e wo dagbani aibe ni Ghana and Kika Honey Econo almost betias, and that is what we are going to do in the next few weeks going. Say you cut down now your manifesto no, you're breaking it down into Ghana, Eve, Dagbani, Hausa, and then Kika Honey. The Abeya Ubia Behun say Ampa manifesto wo a serious business. Na ya share nipa manifesto ne na dream pa ena ya to aba Eddie Amano. Nti Kwame.
Yeah, Moose.
I think that as they say in Abrofo Kasemono, I think that so far so good. You say round 2 no. You signed the Beshe Nanado and San Emma Omaino Atumpon.
KSK, every government borrows to fund huge infrastructural projects. The most important thing is how these projects can influence businesses and lives of its citizens. In addition, also value for money. In that regard, the MPP has done well and deserves another term. Erica Ponsa-Boateng, tax expert, sends that one in. And then I think that the mere fact that all political parties give promises while elections are around the corner and most often fail to deliver tells all wise people that these politicians are always out to lie to get votes. They must remember that one day Okwasieni Bete Amagrone Egu. The truth of the matter is that after graduating, young men and women don't necessarily default payment of loans. It is just that they don't get jobs to do. How about that? So, more jobs. Dr. Amoakon from Abin Waha Ana Ede Eno by Intinum Adrincheni de Bebre. But this one says Nanofori can promise taking all of us to heaven. In his position as a party that can never form a government, I expect him to promise taking us above us in terms of development. He will forever be shouting, sir, what alternative is he and his party going to offer? Dr. Indum promised more than he, Nanofori, could ever do. What was his percentage of the votes? He shouldn't take Ghanaians for granted. We're wiser. Ghanaians are appreciative of what the MPP has done and will reward the party again. Prince Donina, former MC Techi man. So that is one for you. But my fantasy in Cape Coast went on demonstrations that they needed an airport. It's a need of the people. I agree we need to develop the local economy, as well as constructing a dual carriage road from Takrady through to Cape Coast to Accra. But my fantasy say they want an airport. Let's give it to them. Jade, 9 Akoto Road, in Takrady sends that one. And then Kwame, political party manifestos play a crucial role in visions of party democracy and political science analysis of party competition. Research has focused on the contents of manifestos and not monitoring and evaluation. Manifestos help parties to be focused and for the citizenry to use in holding parties to account. In Ghana, we can use social media with infographics to explain, as over half of the population have access to the internet. We can also use the media to generate public sphere discussions on manifestos. Now, that's a very interesting line there. Anyway, the manifesto saga continues. Now, any closing comment?
Grandpapa, one of the people on the political landscape and on the communication landscape that I think has done well over the years is Dr. Mustafa, sitting here next to me. I think he is good material for Ghana. But however, Dr. Mustafa must know that we have a multi-party democracy. Na onyene pe and oyenyamene pe. And Dr. Mustafa oka onone will as an individual. I mean, can't the will of the Almighty is greater than the will of an individual. And Kasana or Kasafa PPP, I will forgive him. I will forgive him on that man. And he's a very spiritual man. He's a very spiritual man. So, Mamekano ultimately, I don't need to go further. And he's also good. And that's why what the Naba Orakan and the party was saying. But Grandpapa, there's a struggle.
Which is?
Grandpapa, there's a struggle. You see, ain't too conveniently and forget about Nyamana. I promised 2016, and then come to 2020. That I started new promises.
Imagine those were an account of 2016.
NDPC,
National Development Planning Commission.
What is their role in terms of when parties in power? Grandpa, me opposition party. It's me to my kamasem, but what is the role of all these lofty manifestos in relation to your National Development Planning Commission, for whom the head is also appointed by His Excellency the President? Maintain any connective linkage between Nsama Party and that of NDPC. Grandpapa, and then I may catch you there. Continuity of our governance system, no, Grandpapa, or that you pay attention. You can't come and start ground zero all over and then forget about all the lofty promises. Grandpa, they make a private sector working on. When your doctor is struggling to give us 1,000 year and 500 year. Oh, when one can't any definitive there, we have released 100,000 jobs in the private sector. Grandpa, because it doesn't exist.
Oh, it's not true.
Yes,
but I was telling you that only two factories are giving you over 3,000. So you can imagine.
The good doctor has spoken.
Okay,
the good doctor has spoken.
No,
one quick one.
Interpreting
good doctor, no fire me. Grandpapa, I interrupt you.
But a quick one. This thing about the airport in Cape Coast. The issue of an airport for Cape Coast started way back in the 1990s, Kwame. Started under Honorable Kojo Iyanka. The central region is known for its tourism, and of course, the region has huge potential for agriculture. An airport has been a dream for Cape Coast for over 20 years. Harriet from East Legon. And actually, she also adds Kojo Iyanka, writer Bibia, is circulated over the weekend. Well, thanks, Harriet. I saw it over the weekend, and very interesting writer. Anyway, now for Rienyanko.
Grandpapa, we can all achieve a lot more as a nation if no one cares who gets the credit. Odu baby oda yede Madagana edisi ho na yehwe kwana Madagana obafa ne tempa oda efra Grandpapa sesia ya manifesto launch abeya sesia yenyina ya be get to the nitty and gritty of it, no. Grandpapa,
you mean to the nitty gritty? The
people in Central Region and Western Region, the issues, unfulfilled promises, no go you. October, November, you bet them issues. Says the Progressive People's Party Nyaminadum, different people were filing for the presidential slots. We are concentrating Bosumi Besi na ye flag bearer. The second week, a launch year manifesto. The third week, the flag bearer and running mate will be also outdoored to Ghana, and then you proceed on our activities. Grandpapa, Yankopon know him. Na se yenya ahombrase yedeman. Na se yete nizin. Na yedan yen from your wicked ways. Grandpapa Yankopon bete yasam.
Okay.
The Progressive People's Party, party of the people, for the people, by the people. A group of progressives that ya get it together here there. In this Fourth Republic, this table tennis a year other maye in the political landscape maye forward smash near my backhand smashing. Grandpapa, what do baby are? There needs to be a change and a breakaway from all of this. BBN you are waka or as a fufu the Magana. As Ghanaians are used to heartbreak. Ya kumatso with them yamanyame. Grandpapa, the landing base, what's it? It's in process. I don't know that if it's in process. I think the swap aggregates be there fee. Quarry be the Kokrokoo what about that day?
Because
Grandpapa, it is coming. It is in the motion. He who feels it knows it. I'm running basso. Fine, they will make the decision. They will speak about it. When you saw Grandpapa, also we live to see. Grandpapa, the Progressive People's Party is not here to bastardize anybody. Yes, in Yamara Kodo, in this Fourth Republic, and so baby a unemployment, it is at its all-time high. Grandpapa, it is at its all-time high. To the point that yesterday we subsidize unemployment. It's the recognition of the fact that the numbers no was short. Then the policies are all geared towards the youth, honestly a recognition of unfulfilled promises, and the people are shouting, come, major way. Grandpapa, the people are struggling on the ground, and the cries is what people are trying to water down with some of these things. But Grandpapa, the proof is in the eating. Proof, remember, in the eating. Grandpapa, there are so many things about when you are giving loans to people, when the guarantors are, first of all, they go into a high risk category. And then the interest rates associated with such loans, usually are higher than guarantors' loans. And then the rate of default, so Grandpapa, it is also higher than that. So when we talk about what we are talking about, and this is a government that has prided itself that Wako clean the financial sector. Now there was a report on their table that the other people were unwilling to implement that. Grandpapa, is not wholly true, because there are many banks whose name was not in that report, who has been targeted and which has been taking their licenses away. All of that is real. And all of that is staring us in the face. And the issues of the financial sector, Grandpapa, is a major topic for this election and moving forward. When we release our manifesto to the people, and the people listen to what we are saying, Grandpapa, you see a vast difference. Okay. So ask yourself that usually when people come and they talk, that will be before as if they have been there with the mandate to carry out the work for the people. Then you bring us a new mandate as if there a request for your mandate. Grandpapa, the track record of both will be a key point in our manifesto as we come into the second week of September. Okay. You will hear that
we'll be on the lookout for the people
analyzing what has been achieved, both from the in this Fourth Republic and those who have been at the helm of affairs. Okay. And then vis-a-vis it with the harsh living conditions you're going through as a people right now.
None of them say
the key telling points.
And Ken Crunchy says calm, measured, reasonable, educated. That is the prof in your studio. A delight to listen to. Into Prof Obima fans be briwaha. I'll say calm, measured, reasonable, educated. Greetings to Sheikh Mustafa Hamid. And this is from Ken Ej Crunchy to you. I watched a video of the former NDC regional chairman Alote Jacob summing up the poverty level of Central Region and the fact that through the president's policy, Central Region have seen a Kumfi fruit factory, Casa de Europa and many others. According to him, fishermen have now moved into the growing of pineapples as well, creating a livelihood for them. Is the PPP grandpapa who hails from the Central Region, does he see these developments? President Akufo-Addo understands industrialization. Nana Hesi or Jiri sent his thoughts to us this morning. Farouk in Tema says, kindly tell Sheikh Mustafa, listeners want to hear him often on Kokrokoo. Farouk, well, it was a pleasant surprise when I saw him this morning.
Without him, they can't sell this.
I find it a bit intriguing that Cape Coast will have an airport when the president in his radio interview said this is a place which is about an hour and a half from in an international airport. He also said the same for Kofodia. Besides that, okay, well, I don't understand this, but you're attempting to say your president Kain earlier now, like I said, Tia and Master Red in Kaswa says, so are the people of Cape Coast not Ghanaians? We need an airport, eh? Yo. The students' loan restructuring is good news. However, the 2-year time frame for repayment seems improbable. Research has proven only about 5% of graduates gain employment after 3 years of graduation. I think they should reconsider that. Regarding Nanofori, I used to enjoy his submissions until after the banking sector cleanup. He has a vendetta, a personal one against the government and anything MPP, Pawili in Teshin. Don't you think it's time we correct this TIN number? TIN number pronunciation for me is not correct. Yeah, you're right. It should be TIN or TI number. So we should either say TIN or TI number. Richard Boama, Sampo, New Fadama, you're so very right on that. Sometimes I make some mistake. Meaning, say a TI number or not say a 10. Into now also a TIN number. So Richard, thanks very much for drawing our attention to this. I agree with you. We should learn to pronounce things properly so that Chairman General, why you didn't campaign for Kabila? I gave Kabila every platform that he deserved though. I gave him my platform. He came here, he blasted, he fired, but unfortunately Kabila did not survive.
The campaign is on the ground.
Nanaya Achempim Jantwa punched him out. And yes, small punches keke. A technical knockout. Because Kabila nya 700 and something. Nanaya Jantwa 1,300 plus. So Kabila it was a total annihilation of Kabila.
New to politics.
What happened? You're tired of Kabila now?
It's possible. In the end, Mustafa Hamid will tell you, I say politics dear. About what?
Fear delegates.
Fear delegates. Sir John Kayo. Fear delegates. Because Kabila did not man for him so. Onona eja.
Really?
Wabua MPP sa, CPP sa. Afedi. Okoye peja and tim.
It is like the second or third.
Kabila want to why and basa. Please, there's one word that Ghanaian politicians do not pronounce correctly. Please tell them it's Ghanaians, not Ghanaians. Kofi Cindy in Burma camp.
Or say
a Ghanaian, not a Ghanaian. Anyway. This one says, CPP didn't try for Kabila at all. Mami in Okre. Well, Dr. Mustafa Hamid has demonstrated knowledge of the work of communications and his role he's assigned to play in the upcoming elections. The people of the Central Region are grateful for a working factory, are grateful for the airport, and are grateful. If Nanado wasn't, it's for all Ghanaians, not for selected few. Eliasu in Tamale. Tell Kabila that we are with him. Better luck next time. Fear delegates. Ato sends that one. Na Kabila this week, everybody. One by back of Chinas. I'm not met on Chenny in Tia. And Tom right near her. Answer a problem, baby, and Isaac Covenant Kroma. Happy birthday to you, Isaac Covenant Kroma, from General Michael Echo Mensa, Veronica Vera, and the entire ESA family. Kabila baby, I will be no. You're sure him saying Yamia Doma Ukwada Obaba. Chairman, it's a confusing matter. 10 number GCB Bank. Your contributor from Bema Camp is right. Sometimes it sounds like Guineans, not Ghanaians. So it should be Ghanaians, not Ghanaians. It also sound like Guineans. Lord Hoffman. Okay, point well made. And he adds, from where I sit, it appears the strength of the central region is in its tourism potential. If the airport is to promote tourism, then I think it's in a good direction. Lord Hoffman, thank you. Chairman General, for me as a Westerner, I was very glad to hear the MPP promising to make Western Region the oil hub, building a regional hospital for the region and rehabilitating the Efian Quanta Hospital as well. The MPP has performed beyond my expectations. Yao Marvin Inquisi Mintum. Okay, and on that note from Yao, I pull the brakes and go to Professor Saf. Prof Yampong.
Yo, come here, say, Kakadi, I'm ready. COVID, no. Matisse, I buy at it. I didn't took be a overshare. Na Wongaboa, ma, year to me easy restrictions further. Near to me, I call schools, yeah. I say, I know the come on, someone say, COVID, acquire the FASU, you know, I have a endemic. I bet come on, some say, I will see it to me finding also a way of teaching and helping ourselves on how to survive.
Live with it.
And live with it. And then I say, you should that we have to learn, but how do we help people to really live with it? But Kokrokoo say, I think that government has taken a lot of lessons from Niema Abba, the Igusu Eba. Now Abai committee, I'm sure will do a good job. We are keen to read the findings of the committee and the recommendations that will come out. It did to me ama yako school, but Nitia Chumana say the digitization programs should begin to draw our attention to the need to move education online. And I think say Abai and so take here serious. I'm sure that may come up in the committee's report. It can be also because say COVID early on for the next couple of months. You into me casa into young school.
Yeah.
Also find efficient means of using resources. Na abwa amiyako school. My kids are tired of being at home. They want to go and my friend Anna because as they grow, part of their mental health and also the social interactions. I will school. My friends, I want to see my friends. I want to know. I
haven't thought about that.
And a very important.
So it is part of mental health for them.
It's part of it. The child cannot grow in isolation. In fact, the human brain is a social brain. Neurological level, you need to relate to help you grow healthily. You know, so in Krana Yanisano, what Nefi a bit to me a day or how about if you cry, just say, oh, if you know, you cry in Yamani idea. Hey, girls, maybe not a Hadri.
You're from Joe.
I buy an ambu to no. We welcome it, Neashe, dear committee beba. Namu dear, I was here to it, say, Ebenya a planner, Emma or how be a Emma. Na Ebeko school, me and I may be investors no, because I hold the door so bad. And sometimes 5 in a room, no when you official purchase, unofficial purchase. When you know, Obisa say, where would they sleep? So bad. And you know, I think some innovative ideas will come out. And we'll leave it for now. Now, after what government brings up, come with us.
Prof, me da si bebre so unya adaje because I say and then when you ma do so. Most da we be hu biom.
Me boss Kofi Japan Esuma me amesane aba.
Mustafa Hamid, Zongo Development Minister, and Openya Nhwadaje, Professor Joseph Osafo, Head of Psychology Department, University of Ghana, Legonya Nhwadaje, and Anano for you, National Chairman of the PPP, Enya Nhwadaje, Damase, Natichuwa Unyadaje.